Please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Well, the first hour turned out the way, perhaps the script was. The market opened close to yesterday's low, bounced back, but there's been no follow-through. The market's stagnant now. That's if you're looking at the index, both the Nifty and the Nifty Bank. The action, of course, is in the mid-caps, a lot of stocks surging. Apollo Hospitals has started a fresh move, by the way, 4.5% higher on that stock. It's been one of the stocks of the series after some consolidation. And, of course, metals doing well, so JSPL and JSW Steel are two top gainers as far as steel stocks are concerned. Ashwani Gujral and Mitesh Thakkar back with us. Sandeep Wagle also joins us in our studio. Ashwani, your first trade was long. Are you carrying it, or you reckon it could be more sideways from here?
See, today, currency is down. So logically, PSU banks financial should be lower. But instead of that, it gapped down and came back very strongly. That means something else is going on in PSU banks, and hence we could still get our breakout to fresh highs. Also, Yes Bank has turned around. So if Yes Bank plus all the PSU banks, etc., they move, and HDFC, ICICI come back to break even, I think Bank Nifty could still break out. I think it's a good open where hardly 2 or 3 sectors are lower. IT, in fact, is lower. So my sense is that given the evidence of yesterday afternoon and today's gap down holding the lows on Bank Nifty, the Bank Nifty trade is still on. And I won't be surprised if all of a sudden, for some reason it starts to break out 100, 150 points on the upside, because the bears are not winning. Generally, if the currency is down, the bears should begin to win. Having said that, one of the calls is Yes Bank. In my opinion, it's more or less bottomed out, and I don't think too many surprises can come from here. Canara Bank is a buy with a stop of 274, target of 288. BOB is a buy with a stop of 143, target of 150. And SBI is a buy with a stop of 304, target of 321.
Yeah. It looks like the negativity, actually I don't see the rupee as seriously negative, because we have gone to 70.30 before. But even if that is seen as negative, I think there's some positive vibes coming from the Power Secretary's statement, as well as the impending Cabinet Secretary headed meeting. They're all hoping that they will convince Reserve Bank to give some more time or whatever. And maybe that is countering and giving a positive hue to the people who are betting on public sector banks. Be that as it may, let's look at other stocks. Sandeep, what are you betting on?
Good morning, Lata. I would go with the buy in Apollo Hospitals, stop loss of 1197, target 1242. And a buy in Adani Enterprises, stop loss of 230, target 246.
Okay, by the way, new highs on names like Bata, RBL Bank, Reliance Industries. In fact, all these stocks are gaining ground both on the volume as well as on the price charts. Mitesh, any thoughts on, morning first of all, any thoughts on how to approach these names? Names like RBL Bank, Bata, etc. And anything else that you would trade?
Yeah. So I think, between the two, Bata too stretched to take a fresh entry, but RBL Bank still looks interesting to me. Keep a stop at 628. I think 680, 690 should be the short-term target over here. And both these stocks, of course, are looking very good on the medium to longer-term chart, so I believe that they'll have further upsides from here. The only thing is that Bata doesn't give you a good risk-reward equation to enter afresh. That apart, the stock calls that I have, and I have a Bharat Forge, it's moved up slightly. So try to buy it around the levels of 670 with a stop below 659 for targets of 705. And Apollo Hospital is on my list as well. Again, moved up slightly, but on a mild dip of 2-3 rupees. Buy with a stop below 1200. Look for 1260 as your target.
Ashwani, just a couple of more chart checks. IGL, if you have looked at that, and also India Cements.
See, IGL, every other day it tends to move up. I think it's bottomed out and now slowly trying to cross the 200-day moving average at about 290, 295. India Cement is not the best cement stock. If I have to do cement, maybe I'll get into Ultratech or ACC. I don't think cement is doing too much. The other point on Bank Nifty that I wanted to make was PSU banks yesterday went to the cleaners, 4 to 5% lower. So they don't now have those sort of long positions and possibly short covering. should be on way very shortly.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Ashwani, for joining us yet again with your 10 AM trades. We'll keep touching base with you. At the moment, no stopping the mid caps. It's now up 1%. The other indices are flat. That is the big boys. But the mid cap index is giving that positive advanced declines hue as well.
Oh yes, and the mid caps normally do well in an environment where you believe that every dip is being bought, even if at higher level there is some resistance. Also keep in mind that the mid-cap index is still some distance away from its previous high. The first one to get there actually from the broader market should be Nifty Junior, Lata, because if you look at that index, that I think has now moved within 2.5% of its, 3.5% of its previous high. So Nifty Junior is the one, and of course the mid-cap index up about 1%.
The mid-cap index, it's not a distance away from its all-time highs.
It's
I mean, the loss is now, year-to-date loss is now
6%.
reduced to 5%.
Yeah,
5.7.
6%, and from its highs, it's down 9%.
Okay.
So there's still some distance to go. Yeah.
Promise Parag Milk is the stock on our radar right now. The company has just launched Govardhan fresh milk in the NCR region from their recently acquired Sonipat plant. Devendra Shah, the chairman of Parag Milk, joins us now. Remember, the company acquired Dannon Sonipat plant in April 2018 for a sum of 30 crores. Mr. Shah, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us. Just tell us what the possibility is in terms of production from the Sonipat plant and what kind of revenues you can generate from say the new launches that you've made in the NCR region.
Yeah, good morning. Yesterday we launched the Govardhan pure cow milk, 100% cow milk in the the best liquid milk market, the Delhi market. Yeah, and we are this facility from our new Sonipat plant, acquiring the plant. From that facility we introduced. Initially this plant is made only for the curd and yogurt. But we smartly modify and expanded for the liquid milk also. And the liquid milk market in Delhi segment, the number one market, largest market, around 10 to 12,000 crores liquid milk business size is there. But in basically it's a buffalo dominated. And as per Parag, known as for the cow, and the day by day health conscious people are more and more health conscious, and around 1,400 to 500 crore business around the cow milk
So what kind of market share can you get, sir? What kind of market share do you see from this 10 to 12,000 crore business?
Very soon we 10 to 12,000 is the total entire. Basically, it's a buffalo dominated, but around the cow milk base is around 1,000 to 400 crore market, and very soon we acquire at least 10% market share into the cow pure business.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Shah, actually, I have a more fundamental question. Day in and day out, we only hear milk farmers protesting that the prices of milk are falling, and in fact one guy was saying that some several thousand liters should be just gifted away to Africa, otherwise the milk market will crash. How is it is not affecting you?
Because mostly we are converting to the value-added product, 80% into the value-added product, and into the value-added product, in the cheese demand is continuously into the country, growing by the 25%. We are entering into the protein business. Protein business also increased by 25%.
Okay.
Yeah, this type of, and basically particularly for the cow based product.
Okay.
There is a good demand and more demand is for the.
So can you give us the breakup? How much of your total revenues is milk? How much is ghee, curd, cheese, paneer?
Yeah, in the total segment we are around 20% into the liquid milk market. Yeah, and 80% we are in the value-added product. Around that 68%. We are into the value-added product, and 12% into the skim milk powder and the whole milk powder. We supply to the all basically pharma companies.
Okay.
The ingredients this.
12% skimmed milk. In the remaining 68, can you give us a little further on cheese, paneer, ghee? What is the division?
The 23% is our cow ghee, is our flagship product. Govardhan cow ghee is a flagship product. 22% is a cheese business among that, and around the yogurt, around 7 to 8%.
You had
approximately there is a combination of the.
Sure. No, you had indicated that your revenues or your sales guidance would be about 3,000 crores by FY20. Would you want to scale up that guidance, considering now, you know, you're going to gain more market share in places like Delhi, NCR, etc.?
Yeah, this guidance we are giving, we are stick on that continuously. We are growing by the 20%. That's we guide, and at the first quarter also we achieved that. The same quarter is like all festivals are coming, monsoon are good, milk availability is good, and demand is good. Then we in same quarter is look like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
third quarter, you know, the most important Diwali is there in the third quarter. Diwali and all the Natal and Christmas festival is there. Yeah, there is a more demand for the ghee and cheese segment.
okay. I just wanted to know a word on revenue and margins. Your margins has been steadily improving. In FY17, your margin was 4.5%. In FY18, it was 9.7%. In FY19, first quarter, you have reported 10.8%. I think that's because you're doing more value added. 10.8% goes where? By end of year, you think the margin could be 12, 13, something like that?
Yeah, around that. We are increasing our margins.
Okay.
Because when we operate the volumes.
Yeah. Yeah, if you could also give me a similar idea how much volumes may increase?
Yeah, around 12 to 30% we are giving the guidance also for that.
Okay, Mr. Shah, we'll leave it at that. Thank you for joining us, and all the best for the next few quarters and your new launches as well.
That's important takeaways, right? 12 to 13% increase in revenue, and margins also could be 13%.
Yeah, this is what they spoke about actually earlier. They've given a detailed guidance, so they continue to maintain that guidance. For now, the market is absolutely flat, but the mid caps are doing so very well. It's some of these tea stocks that have started to pile on some gains this morning. So Jayashree tea is now up almost about 12% Well, it's breakfast time, so I guess people are just
Milk,
having
tea, cheese,
paneer, curd. Okay, I'm getting hungry now. But let's go across to Manisha Gupta to find out what's happening in the commodities market this morning. Hi, Manisha.
Hi, thank you so much for that, Sonia. Well, I bring to you non-food commodities then. Starting with the crude oil prices, where we have seen the strength come back. Well, it has to do more with the rupee depreciation, really, because the international markets are not looking at that kind of gains. It is because of the rupee calculation, and it's catching up to what's happened overnight is how Indian markets are reacting right now. The crude oil price is definitely supported with the fact that the US sanctions on Iran will start to play out very soon, and Iran has loaded crude deliveries rather, the lowest since April 2017 for the month of August, and that clearly is supportive. There also is disruption risk coming in from many of those OPEC countries, but it really is going to be the non-OPEC output surge that the markets will keep a keen eye on. Apart from that, everything else clearly is quite bullish for the crude oil prices. The gold and silver, while of course has been gaining and continues to trade on the higher side of the range, it is the strength back in US dollar which is weighing onto this space as well. 30,000 holding in gold MCX, and that of course is very strong on charts, but silver price is clearly not able to hold that kind of gains. We haven't been able to close above $14.75 or $15 per ounce in the international markets, so that is where a bit of a weakness seems to be emanating right now. The base metal prices have too much to follow right now. The strength in US dollar has been weighing onto that space. The Chinese data has not been so positive. And between US and China, with the deadline on 5th of September is until when there could be public feedback on $200 billion worth of more Chinese goods where the 25% tariff could come on. So those are a few factors to keep an eye on in the international markets. In the meanwhile, we have seen the LME and Shanghai base metal prices trading steady, and because of the rupee depreciation, you have seen 0.25% of gains coming across board for all of those base metal prices. Trading strategies, and we have them from KDR Commodities, which actually is a buy call in the base metal prices. They are looking at lead and copper to see a buy. It's a sell on silver, of course, with targets of 36,850, but a buy, as I said, in the metal space. Zinc, they're looking at an upside of 180.5 for the day.